Hello, it's German from scratch. Today we're going to take a look at the present tense in German language, and it's called das Präsens. Das Präsens. First of all, what do you have to do when you want to conjugate the verb, in the present tense? You should take infinitive verb of a infinitive form of a verb. For example, to buy, kaufen. It's infinitive form. The second, you should drop en ending. Drop it. Okay? And the third, you have to add personal ending for each personal pronouns. Kauf plus personal endings. Okay, now I think you asked me, what endings are these? And now we are going to conjugate this verb in the present tense. Follow me. You wanna say, I buy a book. Ich kaufe ein Buch. Ich kaufe ein Buch. You see? Ending for the ich, I. You buy a book. Du kaufst ein Buch. St ending. He, she, it buys a book. Sie, es kauft. You see? Ein Buch. Yeah. We buy a book. Wir kaufen ein Buch. An ending. Yeah? Und you buy a book. Ihr kauft. Und they buy a book. Sie kaufen ein Buch. Sie kaufen ein Buch. And the last, you buy a book. But here you, I'm using for the addressing to the people, I don't know, for probably a stranger or probably a teacher or someone who's much older than me. So it's one of the polite way to address to the people. There is a difference in German language, there is a difference between the addressing to people. So, Sie kaufen. And by the way, here, when we address to the people in a polite way, who probably much older than me and so forth, you should write from the capital letter, okay? What do we see here? Ending, st ending, t ending, ending, t, en, and en. What do you have to do? How do you think? To remember all of these ending, how to conjugate the verb in the present tense. Well, but you should know that there are both regular verbs, so-called weak verbs, and kaufen is a weak verbs. But there are also strong stem-changing verbs, irregular verbs like in English, sure, yeah. And now we are going to take a look how to conjugate, for example, to go fahren. And by the way, there is no one way how to conjugate a verb, and to be sure how to conjugate, for example, irregular verbs, and if you know that it's irregular, you should find out it in a net, probably in some dictionary, vocabulary, I don't know, whatever. Just find out and remember how to conjugate. Please take a look. I go. Ich fahre. Ich fahre. The same ending, yeah? But you go. Du fährst. You see? Fährst. The ending is the same here, yeah? Like in for the kaufen. But become you see? Sure. That is why it's called stem changing verbs. Yeah. Er, sie, es fährt. Er, sie es fährt. The same ending like it for the kaufen, but we have stem changing vowel. Yeah. Wir fahren. It will be the same. En ending. Ihr fahrt. The same ending and sie fahren. Okay. The same. Sie fahren. Well, one more time. What do you have to understand? That there are both regular and irregular verbs, like in English, sure. And how to conjugate the weak, regular verbs? I think it's not difficult. Just remember that you have to take infinitive form of the verb, drop en ending, and add the appropriate personal pronouns. Yeah. But how to conjugate the strong verbs? You should find out it in the internet and to be sure that it is irregular verbs and how it's conjugated. Like in our example, fahren. You see, fahren. Because it's stem-changing words, they called stem-changing words not because of no reason, yeah, because we have a becomes you see. Well, and there is something else. For example, if we take a verb reden, to talk, to speak, just now we are going to take a look this. Okay, how to say I speak, yeah? Ich rede. Now you will see. Ich rede. Du. If we have to en ending drop, what we have? Stem we have red, but try to pronounce it like redst. You see, it's really difficult to pronounce it. That is why in German language we have to add e. How it looks like? Re, der, st. You see? And we have ending est. Okay, redest. Und the next. Redet. You see? Because if we pronounce it without e, it will be like redet. It's difficult to pronounce, and I don't know, you will be speaking very slowly if you try to pronounce it each sound. Yeah, that is why in German language we have to add e. Redet. It's really easy to pronounce. Yeah. The next, wir reden. Okay, like this. Yeah. Ihr redet und sie reden. The ending the same. Okay, the next, if the verb ending with d, t, m, n, you have to add here e sound. You see, e. Like arbeiten, you work, yeah. Du arbeitest. You see, arbeitest. It will be the same e sound. Okay. And there is something else. There are 3 auxiliary verbs in German language, and you have to remember the conjugation, all of them. Sein, haben, and werden, because they're almost irregular, and you just need to learn them. Let's take a look, please. Yeah? Sein, to be. Haben, to have. And werden, become. These are auxiliary verbs in German language. Okay, let's go. Ich bin. Ich habe. Ich werde. Okay? Du bist. Hast. Und wärst. It's a regular verbs. Yeah. The next, sie, es, ist, hat, wer und wir sind, haben und werden. Ja? Ihr seid, habt und werdet. And the last one, sie, sind, haben und werden. Well, that's it. I think it's enough for the first time when we are talking about the present times. Yeah. One more time. The present tense in German language we call das Präsens. There are both irregular and regular verbs. When you conjugate the regular verbs, I think it's not difficult because you just need to take infinitive form, drop e and ending, and add personal pronouns, like we have for the kaufen. Yeah? And if it's regular verbs, you just need to know how to conjugate it because, because we are not native German speakers, we don't know how to conjugate it. That's why before you conjugate it, find out it in the internet. Yeah, for example, maybe in a learning guide, whatever. Well, the next thing that you should remember that if the verb ending with d, t, m, n, you should add a sound for the second, for the third person singular, and for the second person plural. Yeah. Well, what else? There are three auxiliary verbs: sein, haben, and werden, and you have to remember how to conjugate it because there is no rule to know how to conjugate it. Well, I think it's enough. Yeah. Thank you for your chance to me. Have a nice day.